Okay guys, let's try this again. Hi, I'm Brian. You're watching the BS Adventure channel. This is the budget box fan build series. This is part 9 of the series. For the newbies on the channel, I picked up an 03 Chevy Express 3500, that's a 1-ton, single rear wheel box fan. Got it a couple months ago, got a good deal on it. In these videos, I've been doing a lot of maintenance and repairs on the van. If you're interested in the RV conversion aspects of the build, haven't quite got there yet. That will be coming up, so just check back if that's what you're here for. Those videos will be coming. Otherwise, tune in, see what we're working on today. It involves rust, a windshield, some sealant, some paint, and some other things. How about I stop rambling and we start the video. Gonna get back on the van. We left off, I was messing with the wheels, but also doing some rust repair up here. So got some pinholes up here I spoke about. I'm gonna take this down to the back basement area and bring the welder out and see if I can't just weld those holes. And if not, I'll cut a little patch and fill that in with a patch. Hey guys, I needed a piece of metal to fix that the rust in the van. So I went to a local body shop here and just got a junk fender from those guys. So I'll be able to just take and see with the light, just cut a little piece out of here and build my patch panel. And that was free, so I don't have to buy sheet metal. Okay, so I got a couple welding blankets here. Let me try and figure this out here. This is gonna work very good. I want to try and protect this fiberglass from any welding embers getting in here and melting this and causing any problems. I like fire, but only things I want on fire do I like fire. That might work. Let's see. I'm gonna come up here with you guys, step on the dash and the hood and see what I can fuck up and break. There we go. That might work. Okay, so I got that tucked in there, the fire protection I was talking about. And then, let's see, get you up here. A couple just weights up there, some tire chocks, whatever I found around. And then I have another piece here. Let's see if I can throw this on the dash with one hand. There we go. Boy, I was getting the welder set up there and I almost forgot something pretty important. Unhook your battery, guys, if you're doing any welding on a car. You know, anything, even semi-modern with any kind of electronics, because you don't want to cook anything. Where's my precision battery tool? I always lose that one. There they are. Battery unhooked. Ready for welding. So a couple key things for welding, guys. Don't forget your ground. That's definitely something I've done. Is this thing on? Make sure your welder is on. Make sure your shielding gas is on if it uses it. I'm just gonna play with this for a little bit. I'm gonna spot weld. I'm gonna close my eyes when I do it. Wire speed's too fast. So I turned the wire speed down low. I turned the heat up a little bit. I'd rather do real hot, real short welds than longer, cooler welds. Seems like little bursts like that, you get good penetration, but maybe doesn't burn through, or if you have it on there a little longer than it burns through. Just an idea. I don't know if that's true or not, but that just seems to work for me. It's a little boogery. I'll grind it when I get this to a point where I'll grind everything, and then we'll take a look, see if we have any pinholes. So I'm just gonna keep doing this. That's thin. Figure if it's thin, you know, it'll just burn away until there's something to grab onto. bring in here and show you what's going on. I'm just gonna cut this out. I'm gonna cut this out and just making a mess. I'm gonna cut it out and make a patch and try and go back to solid metal, even if I gotta go back a little further. Figure that out. These I think will be okay once they're ground out and then filled back in. I think those will be fine. That's just not gonna work, it's too big. I didn't think it would work, but I was gonna try it. So let's go do some other shit. Probably help if I plugged it in, huh? Okay, we'll use that to make a template. We got this fender picked up the other day. So look right here, we got a bend here, see that? And that looks like it might work. I can't do it with one hand holding the camera, but I'm gonna scribe this and then we'll just come in and we'll leave some extra and we'll chop this off here because we're not gonna need that. We'll give that a try, and if not, we'll just cut a piece out of the flat section and make our own. Yeah, see, that's got kind of our bend in it we're going for. So we can trim that down, clean it up. We made it a little short that way, but I'll make it work. So I cut that piece out of there. I cut it twice and it's still too short. Ended up being a little too narrow for my spot. So I went higher and cut some more material. I'll try and make my own bend. And it's also a little too narrow. I don't know what's wrong with me, but see if I can make it work. I made a couple marks. It's hard to see, a couple scratches. Got it in the vise here. And we got our professional bending tool here. Let's hold that up there and check and see how we're doing on our angle. Oh, we're looking pretty close. Okay, I think what we need to do is, trim this down here to get that flat, bring this down. I got a pretty good shape going on this. You can see, and it's got a little bit of a crown to it. You can see my little hammer marks. I just used a ball peen and then the wood floor here and tapped right in here, bunch of light taps, and try and give this like a concave or convex on the outside. And it fits pretty decent. I think it's close enough where I can weld it in there. I need to clean this up a little tighter. You can see that as a focusing? Yeah, there we go. The angle's about right. I can weld this bottom, focus. I can weld this bottom and then tack it and then push it down here. Weld this corner and then same thing down here and then get this pushed down. And get this up here and get it just kind of fit in a little better. Get it butted on a couple corners, tacked in, and then take a cutoff disc and cut. And then push down, put a tack. Cut, push down, put a tack. So let's try that and see what happens. Okay. So I have the patch kind of fit in. It's a little proud up there, but I'm going to tack it in on the bottom. Tack these corners. Focus. Tack these corners here and here, and then I can start shaping it a little bit, and then I can come in with the cutoff wheel, just touch this here and get that down. You know, maybe get a corner down and then cut and push it down, kind of play with it that way. But I think it's going to work pretty good. There's kind of our shape. The shape's a little bit off, but it's close enough. And I can always kind of tap it, shape it a little bit when it's in place too. I haven't done any sheet metal repair like this in maybe close to 20 years, so it's been a while. But yeah, I kind of remember what I'm doing. This is real thin, so we'll let it cool a little bit between each time. Okay, you can see getting it tacked in. This is really hard to weld. It's rusty, it's thin. This is really light steel. I think this is 20 gauge or 22 gauge. But we're gonna make it work. It's coming along. It's just gonna take some time. And then yeah, just kind of take the hammer, come in, tap that down like here in the corner. We'll tap that down, we'll cut right here and get this so it's flush with this panel here. I don't want to do an overlap, I want this to be butted. So I'm just gonna keep trying and you know, working my way around, and wherever it burns, try and fill it back in and just deal with it. You know, like I said, I am not a welder. This is just me doing my best to fix this, showing you guys, you know, just figure it out and try and, you know, fumble your way through it until you get it. Okay, we got it kind of boogered up together, as you can see. Some of them are kind of cold, some of them burn through. Down on the bottom's not half bad. Where I cut it up here, it kept burning through in this corner. So I'm just gonna grind this all down, and then any little pukas I find, I'll weld those in. Same with these guys here. We'll come back after I grind it and we'll see how terrible I did. Okay, I got this ground back. You can see I'll come in and touch up these little pukas and stuff and then shape this. We'll get it, we'll get it. Okay, so I just kind of went around the whole thing again. That's more of what I was going for the first time. I just kept burning. And then this, I went to touch this up a little bit here. Let me get the light, there we go. And that kept burning through, so I had to keep goobering on that. And then just a little touch up here. So I'll grind these down again and then we'll look at them again. Well, I got this all pretty much patched up as good as I really feel necessary. It's not perfect. We could, I could come in here with a little filler and fill this and smooth it out. I really don't care. It's just an old van. I'm also gonna clean this channel because there is a bunch of pitting and surface rust. I'm gonna hit that with that naval jelly, which should convert that, and let that sit, and then paint this whole area up here. And the paint I grabbed is that Ace like implement paint that I showed you before, that heavy duty stuff. I use the red on the floors. This is white, which I bought for this because I didn't want to paint this red. Even though I have the red, that would look a little goofy. So let me get working on that and see how far I can get with that. Okay, so I brushed some of that naval jelly on there just with one of these disposable brushes. Pretty simple, guys. Just brush it on. Yeah, I haven't used this in a long time. I forgot. I usually use OSFO, which brushes on and then it hardens kind of. It's not a primer, but it converts the rust, and then you can paint and prime right over it. This apparently you have to rinse off with some water, so I'll rinse it just with a bucket here, and then wipe it, let it sit. I was looking at where these rivet holes are here, and because the van isn't sitting flat, it's a little, the top's a little twisted, and that's just, you know, the chassis on these things will twist and stuff. And I don't want to have a weird line where I paint it because the top is sitting a little like forward or back or whatever. The cab on this van is mounted in rubber. The box is mounted solid to the frame, and the two attach up here. So there's gonna be a little bit of flex and movement in everything. Woo! Hang on to the wheel when you hit the brakes. Otherwise you fall over backwards. I forgot the seat wasn't bolted down. I just wanted to get this thing on level ground. We'll get up here and we'll throw some paint on this and let it sit overnight. Here's what that rust converter does, kind of turns it black. I think I like the OSFO stuff a little better, but this will work, it'll be fine. Let me crack this open and we'll put some paint on here. Let's see how close this is. Just, you know, just grabbed white from the hardware store. And, oh, that's pretty white. It might be close enough. This is, what is it called? High Hiding White Satin. Satin paints are your friend. Not too flat, not too shiny, just right. Good at hiding. Oops. Just shit, I just got paint all over the dash. you guys know any painter jokes? Tell me a painter joke. Leave it down in the comments below. Brush is coming apart. Get what you pay for, I guess. Ooh, the moon's out. Oh, almost fall. I've been sick and it's been cloudy. I haven't been paying attention. Look at that. I like full moon. Okay, so I got a coat of paint on, guys. One coat so far. That repair I did is right in here. Yeah, when this is all done, you won't even see it. And we'll let this set up. It goes on thick, but it kind of doesn't cover all the way. So we'll do 2 or 3 coats, brush this in, and then we'll call the windshield guy. Let's see, I don't know, is today Wednesday or Thursday? It depends. We might have the windshield guy come either Friday or next week. Well, I guess it depends on how busy he is. And then we'll get a new windshield installed in here. The rust is taken care of. We're stoked on that. Now we're going to do a little paint up here. We'll get that all dialed. We're going to seal this lid back up top here. We're going to make that all tight again. Stoked on that. And then we'll get some rivets back in here. So we're getting close on all this. And then we can start putting the interior back together once we have all these leaks fixed. Okay, guys. See you in the morning. Morning, guys. Back on the van today. Got this all painted up yesterday. It's, you know, nothing real exciting. It's putting paint on and watching it dry. I was working on some other projects. I was helping my pops. He's got a shuttle bus. He's converting to a motorhome, so I was helping him with some stuff on that yesterday. But yeah, got this all painted, rust repair all done. I did find one more little rust puka. I don't know if you can see it with the light. It's right here at the edge. Will that focus? No, anyways. But that's okay. The seam sealer is going to be there, and I can't weld that anyways because it's under the fiberglass. The seam sealer will take care of that. I'm going to drill these guys out right now. I haven't got to that yet. Drill out the remaining rivets. And then I think I'm just going to go inside and start seam sealing this and then rivet this guy down. Okay, guys, so I didn't really film this, but I got the top seam sealed down on the inside and the outside. And I drilled some holes and I added some more rivets. So there was 5 rivets up here total, and I added 1 in between each one of those. So there's 9 holding that cap on now. So I got that taken care of. I got a coat of paint on that. So that's all sealed up. You can see here's that rust repair right here. It's hard to see, but I think is that it? Or right there? Yeah. Anyways, and then you can see my lovely brush on paint job. But it protects it. This is sealed. This cap is down tight. We're good to go. Windshield guy's coming tomorrow morning. He's gonna put a brand new windshield in this thing. I cleaned all these trim pieces that go here. I vacuumed out all this junk in here. This was full of leaves and debris and stuff. So I cleaned all that out, cleaned this whole area, touched up the paint anywhere there was a little bare metal or whatnot, just as preventative for preventing future rust issues. So it's all taken care of, like I said. New windshield tomorrow. So I'll come back and I'll show you that. How's that? Oh, hey guys. So the glass guy's supposed to come today to put the glass in the van. I talked about it a little bit last night. And so he's coming, so I'm starting on the interior, getting the interior piece back together. I need to put some kind of sound deadening insulation down. So I'm going to use a couple of these moving blankets. Have some of these around, and they're, you know, insulated. So I think I'm going to, ow, just got a metal sliver. I think I'm going to use 2 of these layered. I'll show you. I just kind of cut them to fit. Pretty simple. I used my rubber mat here as my pattern and just laid it on there, and then you know, cut all the pukas and whatnot and cut it all to fit. Pretty simple. And then I also I picked these up at the junkyard when I was out there that one time, and These are from a slightly older van, but very similar. So I cut these to shape. These will go in the footwell of driver's side and passenger side, right where your feet would rest. So I haven't decided if I'm going to put those under as backing, under the rubber, or on top. I'm not sure. Haven't figured that out yet, but I have a couple of those. I'm going to go get another moving blanket out of the container over there, and then cut that. I'll show you how I cut that up and make it fit. That is a little tricky to do with one hand. Okay, so I got a couple more of these moving blankets. So I'll set you up on the tripod here and I'll show you how I lay all this out. It's pretty simple. I just lay it on here and cut. How's that? Can you see? So you see, just use the old one as a template. It doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be back from the rubber edge a little bit. So you just cut a little bigger. You can see here it's not, you know, I'm not real perfect, but you just move it around once you're in the van and just trim it as you need. It's pretty simple, guys. Let the light adjust. There you go. So you can see, just kind of cut around all these boxes and stuff, holes. Here's the tabs for the steps. And then I think I'm just going to put the carpet underneath the mat, and that'll cover this area here. I'll show you that in a second. Same thing over there, and just adds a little bit of sound deadening insulation. All right, welcome back, guys. Different day. It's in the evening already. I've been working on a lot of other stuff lately. I've kind of been off the van for the last few days. I was sick last week. That put me out for a couple days, and then had some other stuff. Got this mower. I've been dealing with this thing. Couldn't get it to start. Did a whole bunch of, wasted a ton of time on that thing, figuring out something really simple in the end there. But got that figured out. Hopefully I'll have that back going soon, but that's here nor there. So yeah, the windshield guy came the other day. I didn't get any footage. He was in and out real quick. Nice guy. Looks like he did a good job from what I could tell. It looked like quality work. Put the brand new windshield in, new trim. You can see it's been a few days. It's got pollen on it already. So I was waiting a couple days to let this set up, let the urethane for the glue for the windshield to set up nice. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to spray this thing with a garden hose and see if I don't have any leaks. So wish me luck on that. Here goes nothing, guys. My artificial rain. Okay, what do you guys think? Think we had success? I'm gonna go in through the side door here so I don't get water dripping from opening one of the main doors. Let's see. So far, so good. I don't see any intrusion. Nothing up here. Feeling good about it. Looks like this is all good. I think we're okay, guys. I think we got all those major leaks fixed. That's a huge milestone for me personally. That kind of ended up being a lot of work, dealing with all that, and that windshield wasn't cheap. Yeah, I don't see any leaks. Don't see any evidence on the floor or the dash, around the doors. Well, I feel like that's a success. I'm pretty happy with that. Time will tell as we drive it through the pouring rain. So we're moving forward. Feels good to have that taken care of. Brand new windshield, no leaks. That's big. Okay, folks, I'm gonna cut the video right there for this week. You saw what we got into there with the patch panel and the second patch panel and the rust repair and all that jazz, getting the whole front of that thing all sealed up. Feels pretty good to have that peace of mind that there's no more water leaks in the front of the van. If you were digging this content, you know the drill. Thumbs up, subscribe, comments, all that jazz. And then this thought's been in my mind lately. I started this series just to document what I was doing, really for myself and some friends and family. I've come to realize that these silly videos I make of me just rambling in the camera and fumbling through doing stuff may have the potential to help someone. That's just wild to me. So if I can do this stuff, you guys can do this stuff. So share it with someone you think it may help. I just find that to be kind of a cool thing. It just never occurred to me. Anyways, this is the BS Adventure Channel. I'm Brian. We'll see you next time. Ahuyo.